Welcome to Home Sweet Kitchen. I'm Whitney Sweet, and I'm so happy you're here. I'm finally getting around to making a video for you. I'm still nursing this injured foot, but I've managed to come up with a recipe for a blueberry orange poppy seed loaf, and I can do most of the work sitting down, so yay, we have a video. I'm so glad you're here, and I hope you enjoyed the recipe. We are going to start with our wet ingredients. Let's make a little rim for this bowl. Here we go. So we've got 2 eggs. These are extra large. And do a teaspoon of vanilla. A cup of milk. Half a cup of olive oil. You can use coconut oil, vegetable oil, whatever you have at home. This is what I happen to have. And lastly, we're going to zest our orange with a rasp like this. This is going to annoy my husband immensely because he hates it when people zest this way. But I want to save the zest to put in with the dry ingredients. And always remember to zest your fruits before you juice them. Yeah, because it makes it a lot harder to zest once you've cut it in half. And we definitely want all this good flavor from our orange zest, because it makes it taste bright and really brings out the fruit flavor, the nice citrus notes. Okay, so zested the whole orange. You can see that's quite a bit of zest. I'm just gonna put that on the side for now. I'm gonna cut this orange in half. Please be careful, don't cut yourself. I'm gonna juice the orange into our wet ingredients here. Ah, no. Oh dear. Okay, juice of 1 orange. Be right back. Let me wash my hands. Okay, I'm back. So, just gonna whisk all this together. Can definitely smell the orange. Smells so tasty. Okay, now we're gonna move on to our dry ingredients. So in a larger bowl than the bowl you used for your liquid ingredients, we're gonna put our dry ingredients, and then we're going to incorporate our wet ingredients into there. So that's why you want a larger bowl. We've got, this is half a cup of packed dark brown sugar. gonna do 2 cups of flour. Use your favorite mix. I am using Robin Hood gluten-free mix. Do a tablespoon of baking soda. Oh, sorry, this is baking powder. Baking powder. My mistake, not soda. So the eggs and the baking powder act as a leavener to make the loaf lighter. And we're gonna do 2 tablespoons. Let's see how that looks. Sorry. 2 tablespoons of poppy seeds. Let's see how that looks. Let's do 3. Let's do 3. Yeah, want to have that good poppy seed look in there. And a pinch of salt to balance out our flavors. Put in our orange zest. Get all the good stuff in there. Okay. Now I'm just gonna whisk it up so that it's all mixed together. This also sort of acts the same as if you sieved it. Incorporates a bit of air, fluffiness, breaks up any clumps. Yeah, that looks nicely speckled with poppy seeds. Okay, well, there's a chunk of brown sugar. Squish that up. When you feel like there are no more lumps of brown sugar, then we can start incorporating the wet ingredients. Did find a little more brown sugar. There we go. All right. So just add your wet ingredients in. You can do it a bit at a time if you like. I find it works just fine to do it all at once. You can use a hand mixer to do this as well. An electric one, you know. I kind of like mixing it with my hand, with my whisk. Once it gets to this annoying stage, you can switch over to a spatula or a spoon. Okay. I want to make sure there's no dry parts. So the motion I'm doing now is what we call folding. You go up and bring up from underneath. So right now, this is a finished batter. If you don't want to add any fruit, you can bake it right as it is. I am going to add some. These are frozen wild blueberries. think they're going to be a little bit icy, unfortunately. Been in the freezer for a little while, but hey, that's okay. Once it's in the batter, we won't even know. No point in throwing them away. They are still tasty. So if your berries are like mine and adding in some ice chunks, just be aware that's going to add in moisture to your batter. So we're going to just fold this in. Using up what we've got in our house so we can save on our grocery bills. We're not going to worry about a little bit of ice chunks. All right, so once you've got your blueberries in, I'm going to prepare the pan for our loaf to bake. So I've got a loaf pan here. I'm going to prepare it with a bit of oil. Just going to spread that on all the sides. Make sure our cake doesn't stick. And I'm also going to put a piece of parchment paper on the bottom to ensure even more that our cake will release from the pan when we're all done. Got parchment paper in a roll here. You can get this any grocery store. I'm going to use my scissors and cut out a piece approximately the size of the bottom of the pan. So I'm going to tuck this in. So the oil helps in two ways: to make the parchment stick and to prevent the cake from sticking to the pan. So now that our pan is ready, let's add our batter. I'm gonna try and do this so that you can see. It's a little tricky because it's left-handed. Found a little pocket of flour, just gonna mix that in. Don't worry about it if you haven't done a perfect job mixing. When you realize you've got a pocket of flour, just give a little bit more mix before you add it into your pan. You're not in a hurry. Don't worry about any perceived mistakes. Just take your time. You're having a good time making this. This is something for yourself, for your family to enjoy. It doesn't need to be absolutely perfect. You're not auditioning for Food Network. You are making a delicious loaf for yourself. So here's our loaf. I am going to pop this in the oven. It is preheated to 350, and I'll let you know how long it takes. Okay, here's our finished cake. It took about an hour and a half in the oven. I would check starting at about an hour. If your blueberries don't have all that extra ice, obviously that wouldn't add as much moisture. That needs to cook out. As you can see, it's nice and golden brown. It smells really good. I'm gonna let it cool. Yeah, I'm gonna let it cool, and then I'm gonna run a knife around the edge once it's cooled, and it should come out of the pan just fine.